See, the good book says this. See, there's a lot of knowledge. Don't go what this book says. This same book, this is the chapter 5. There's a knowledge and what kind of knowledge you need. You don't need all the knowledges. You don't want to clutter your mind with everything. There's so much knowledge. I don't need to know everything. But what I do, I need to know specific things. If this situation arises, what I need to do, period. Not could be possible, not it is this, not it is that. I need to know exactly what I need to do. Have Jeff, you heard this one, right? The birds like worms, people like ice cream, right? You heard that?
I don't think I've heard that one.
Okay, then write it down. People like ice cream, birds like worms. Don't feed worms to people. They will not like it. So when you say I lose the interest, I'm going to tell you where they're losing the interest, because maybe you're feeding the worms to people, but they want ice cream. So I'm going to give you 3 steps. You can use it from today.
Are you going to write them down?
I'm going to write it down in a minute. And
Okay.
I'm going to specifically, if you do it, anybody does it, it's going to work.
Okay.
But you got to do and don't. So there's 3 different kind of people you meet. Some people are between 20 to 30 years age. You asked me the other day, where do I pause, what I do? Remember you asked me that?
Yep. Bring your paper down.
This is what I do.
Okay.
Just keep them connected with me, because I'm going to feed what they want.
Okay.
The second group of people you're going to meet somewhere between 35 to 50 to 55 years old. And the third group you're going to meet is between 55 and 65, 70. All these 3 people have different needs. So when you bring a new person, how they say that, you don't fight on a street. If you fight on a street, you go to jail. But if you fight in the ring, you get the championship
belt.
So what you want to do is, from the street, the little talk, your number 1 goal is come to the ring. And there are the 3 different kind of people going to come to the ring. So what this person shows up in a ring, what I need to do. On your first meeting, do not go more than 20, 30 minutes. And all I want you to do is talk to them about cash flow plans. And you ask the closing question, you need some closing question. Do you have a plan? Do you like this? Yes, I want it. Do you have a plan? Yes. Okay, I told you I'm going to meet you 20 minutes. If you're serious, let's set up another one. I'm not talking more than that, because that's what I need to sell this person, because this person really thinks they can run faster than the bullet. Marines hire people between 19, 18, 19 to 22 because they think what? They can see the whole world and they can run faster than the bullet. But the time they come in here, they don't hire Marines at this age. Because now they know that I ain't doing it. At this age, people think NBA is calling them. So they have a lot of big dreams, but they don't have how to achieve it. And your job is to show them, feed them the ice cream, sell them the business order. That's what they wanted. And then you break it into 20, 30 minutes. Don't do more than that. When you reach at this age, what do you have? Most people have what? The kids, the house, right? And their savings are low.
Mm-hmm.
So now here you need to learn a very good and closing question on theory of decreasing responsibility. That's all I want you to talk about it and focus on what? If you don't have the money, what will happen here?
Mm.
Don't give them the life insurance, just keep him. Hey, would you like to know how to solve this problem? Yes, yes, okay, per. Let's go. Next one. You want to keep it constantly people in the loop. Then people you're going to meet here are definitely not talking about this and definitely not talking. By the time you reach here, my kids are grown up.
Mm-hmm.
I am somewhere in this neighborhood. True?
Mm-hmm.
What's my number one way? Do I have money? I would give a great rule of 72.
Mm.
I will not talk about this. I will not talk about this. Would you like to know how would you feel if you have a high rate of return and your money can last? Or do you think that will help? Yes. Would you like to know how to do that? Yes. Let's set up another time. So now what you have is what I'm feeding to different class of people. Because I feed this to him and how great our company is, then he's not going to buy it, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right.
So you already do very specifically things, well designed, a different set of people because you're going to meet different set of people. Is that true or not?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, with one person, your mileage is higher. You understand the word mileage is.
What do you
That
mean by
person
that?
can get you on a higher more appointments. I'm working with Luke. I think it's 6, 7 appointment in 40. What is that he has done? He's between what age? So what I talked to him, Hector, I talked to him about what? His life insurance, right or not?
Mm-hmm.
And he showed up with IUL.
Mm.
Okay, let's meet again. Do you want to see how it works? Okay, bring your application to the office. He
Mm-hmm.
comes to the office, then he comes here, then he comes here. Let me show you how this business looks like. Let me introduce you to this. Let me introduce. My fourth, sixth time, he's so good. So I did help him. I help his wife. I'm helping his brother. I'm going to help his uncle. I'm going to hire 2, 3 people. He's getting a license. Now you can build a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on this lady when we hired her yesterday. I was talking to her. The lady I did 70,000. He introduced me to this guy who's 70 years old. Guess what? I talked to him. He got 1,300,000 sitting with him. Do you think I'm going to talk to him about raw life insurance?
Mm-hmm.
So you need a very specific presentation, but you
Oh,
got to be
yeah,
good
yeah,
in all those 3 things.
yeah.
You don't need a knowledge of every history or every single thing. Don't do because that clutter your brain.
Yeah.
What should I talk to him? What should I tell him? What should I tell him? And half your mind is dang on confused. True or not?
Mm-hmm.
Should I show him a video? Show him this. Should I show him this? Should I show him this? And so this is me only. I mean, you do what you want, but when I sit with, I'm very, very clear in my mind what presentation this person gonna get.
Mm.
And if I can get you yes on those presentations, then we can move on further. I don't know if that was help.
I think that goes back to what do you talk to somebody when you talk to them for 15 minutes? Remember the couple of
Yeah,
days
that's
before?
exactly how I do it.
Okay. That was helpful because you
You,
have to talk
that
their
was
language.
great.
Yeah, you
You
have
know,
to talk.
Kyla asked me a question the other day. Especially, I get coaching from Frank Dillon, actually, but we're going to see him here in a few minutes. I'm about 10 minutes away from his office. She asked me a great question, and it goes along the line of what Tony said. Tyler said, if you could sum it up, all the coaching you're getting from him, what's the number one thing that, you've learned from him. And I didn't have to think about it. I said, everybody, as a leader, we try to treat people all the same, and you can't. You have to read, who am I sitting with? Like Tony said, right? You have to read your audience. Some people are more shy. Some people are more advanced in life. I wasn't advanced. I was a 7-year project before I became an RVP, right? I didn't have people skills. I would tell people exactly what I thought, and that's not good, right? And when somebody says, I want to think it over, you just want to reach out and slap. You can't do that. So you have to read your audience. You have to see, who am I talking to? I'm talking to Kyla. She's a mother of 3, but then I'm talking to Nashandra, right? And then so we're going back and forth to see. Again, it comes through communication, so that you can rearrange your words, not your presentation, but your words to fit this person. Just like what Tony said, you just got to read your person. You got to read the person you're talking to.
So you said that the number one thing you learned was communication.
Communication again. Yeah, he
Yeah.
said communication and identifying who am I talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So if like I said, you got to meet people where they're at. Some people are more advanced in life, like Prince, right? Prince is highly educated guy, stuff like that. But you see me, I failed out of school. I'm not proud of it. I'm actually happy that it did. Because I've been saying the last few days, I mean, I'm glad that the last 26 years I haven't had a boss, right? But the communication, I won't say anything else, guys. But the communication, one of the benefits of driving to New York City. It takes about 3.5 hours to get up here, and I was able to listen to a whole podcast or a whole book. And one of the things, oh shoot, my tab was about to die. One of the things that I learned again is the communication you have yourself, right? Self-defeating behaviors, self-defeating thoughts. And then I'll tell you what Christian said to me, which was awesome. I was always feeling bad that, man, I haven't got my watch and stuff like that. I didn't get my watch as a regional. I was like at 48 something $1,000 when I went RVP. And he says something. I remember Tony had a girl on his team that got the watch as a division. And I was just feeling crappy. I'm like, man, come on. And Christian said this, you can't impose your thoughts, what you didn't do on somebody else.
I remember
That's the
that.
problem. You're imposing your thoughts. They said, just because you didn't do it doesn't mean you can't find somebody who can't do it. And that's when I found Ursula. She got the watch really as a division and the ring like 12 months in the business. So I didn't impose my thoughts on those people. Recruiting is hard. No,
Your
it's not.
beliefs were not that way. Yeah.
My beliefs. So
Yeah.
Christian had to shift my belief to say, just because you didn't get it as a division doesn't mean you can't find somebody. And so those are the thoughts that are always keeping us back. So yeah, I'm gonna stick
Let
with my
me show
story.
you one more thing, Jeff. Is Jeff still here?
Can I borrow the charger?
Or Jeff gone? Okay. Now, here's the tool you need to use when you do these presentations. Remember, you got to know exactly like a doctor which tool needs to be used when.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you cannot be head faking it. So the
That's
reason
right, Tony.
sorry?
I said, that's right, Tony. Yep.
You need to know exactly this is what I'm going to use and this is what I'm going to say and this is the result of it. So when we get on there, this is the tool number 1. Everybody knows this. Clear? So if talking to a young person is I'm talking what? Achieving the fin number.
Mm-hmm.
True?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how quick he wants to complete his house. That goes on to, it cannot happen. If you do it with an employee, he can save $100 a month and it can take 30 years if you have it $1,000. So how you go from $100 to $10,000? That's a business owner presentation.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm meeting the second group, I feel, well, we can do this, but if you don't even understand this, how are you going to build it? So this is my theory of decreasing responsibility. Well, then we're talking about retirement. Well, you are here, you are very close to this number. So question is how we can get you from here to here. And that's the rule of 72 presentation. So you have exactly precisely when you're doing it's the same presentation, but where you emphasize, spend your time on to make sure that person is very much engaged while you're doing the presentation.
So depending on their situation, depends on what part of the
Absolutely.
house. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how I use the house. So if I'm seeing a person one, I'm not going to spend too much time on a foundation. Foundation, boom, let me get you here first.
Mhm.
Because that's what he wants to hear. How many 22, 23, 24 people excited about dying? Now
No,
you're trying to talk about a life insurance, a great product.
no.
Am I saying life insurance? Then you need to learn the front burner and the back burner theory. That's for the different day. You need to know what should be on a front burner, what should be on a back burner. So we'll talk about that one day when we get a chance. All right, man.
Are we